Living in home, sweet home, Hampton Roads. You're living in.
Here along the Chesapeake Bay, Chesapeake Avenue spans both Hampton and Newport News with some of the most spectacular residential coastlines in Hampton Roads. Especially for my client, Angela Johnson, who was spiritually drawn to this property, but thought it was out of her price range.
Yeah, I would come down to visit my daughter, and I would always stop here across the street by the water, and I would pray there. I call it my prayer closet. I always felt such a sense of peace and calmness here, and it was just an immediate connection. It's just a spiritual connection. I feel like I belong. I would walk up and down Chesapeake and look at all the homes. One time when I came by, I saw that this house was boarded up. The weeds, the shrubs needed to be done. It just looked like a community eyesore.
Even with all that, Angela knew in her heart that this house was for her.
This house popped up on an auction site. Absolutely, I could not believe it. It's the house. You have 1 hour to bid. I put in the $277,000. I didn't bid back and forth and walked away. I just was overwhelmed with emotion because I knew that God was giving me the house.
A short time ago, Miss Johnson racked up thousands of dollars in debt, flying back and forth between here and the West Coast to be by the side of her veteran son as he was going through a PTSD situation. Because of that, she made a pledge to build free housing for veteran families that want to stand strong with their loved ones in times of need.
I'm at work, mind you. When I got back to my desk, they had actually extended the auction for another half hour. Person just waited it out, and I came back and said, "You are the winner." I'm like, I know. Thank you. I know. I'm still grateful every single day, because I feel like it's not about me. It's about doing the work, the passion that God's put in my heart, and extend that to the community. It's our house. It's the house for this community, and I want to welcome many.
You're living in.
So Angela prayed for this house, promising to make it a free of charge bed and breakfast for troubled military families visiting Hampton Roads. It was a miracle. A very low bid was enough to win this house at auction, and that's where I come in, helping her realize her vision.
I think Anita is the greatest. She's an amazing listener, and she understood what it meant for me to have the architectural integrity of this place intact.
I mean, just hearing her talk about the son and the real reason why she was drawn to this house, and her ultimate goal of providing places for other families that are going through the same type of thing, that's really what inspired me to do as much as I possibly could for this project. And it's the part of me that makes me just want to do anything and everything possible. So bringing in the perfect contractor was the next step. I strongly recommend it, Terrence Jackson of Pinnacle Development. All right, so Terrence, I just got off the phone with Miss Johnson, and she wants some updates on the progress, what's going on, and I need to know what's happening. So bring me up to speed. His attention to detail, his ability to really listen in to what the owners and our sellers are asking for, his expertise, his knowledge, and his wherewithal is the reason why he's here. And he is also a veteran, and that is a plus.
Well, we're in a veteran-heavy area, the Hampton Roads area, and anytime, we can assist our local community and or vets, I think it's the right thing to do as a federal veteran. I'm compelled to participate. I feel honored to participate and to support causes such as the Johnsons.
Starting with these gigantic windows. What's your remedy? Are you replacing them? What are you going to do with these windows?
We're not replacing them, we're actually rebuilding them. There are many broken panes.
Yes, there was a lot throughout the whole house.
So the trim has to be removed. Each glass has to be individually cut. So we are replacing each and every broken pane throughout the property. So at this point, we're probably around 450 panes or so that have been replaced and actually reglazed.
So I can let her know we're about halfway through with the windows.
Roughly halfway through.
Perfect. Okay. Sounds good. All right.
So as you can see, the windows are functioning.
They are functioning as intended. That's what we need.
Yeah.
Functioning because of these large refurbished antique counterweights inside the walls.
These windows are the original windows,
Okay. And they're actually pretty large.
very large.
Okay. So these are oversized, not your norm. Are you just going to replace these windows?
No, we're not replacing the windows.
Okay.
Ms. Johnson, the owner, she wants to keep as much of the original house intact as possible.
Perfect. Perfect for the constant bay breeze blowing through the house and all the natural light. This is nice space too. This is a nice sitting area, sunroom, just very bright. It's nice, lots of windows, lots of air.
We're gonna clean, paint the trim in the walls, maintain the existing ceiling that's currently in place, remove these ceiling fans, put some new fixtures up, and this room right here will be ready to go.
Perfect.
We have a plan in place to address all the eyesores that you currently see when you walk in the property.
And these look like these were built-ins. Are you redoing these?
These are built in. We do have a plan to restore these. We're gonna scrape paint, and then we're gonna reshelf.
This is gonna be absolutely gorgeous when this is done. I cannot wait. For a property that has been vacant and sitting for all these years, I mean, just to see a small step of progress is just amazing.
You're living in.
We're back at the Grassfield House in Chesapeake today.
One of the main parts of my real estate business is getting my clients' homes ready to sell.
Painter's gonna come in, do you mind just having them hit those areas with the roller?
That one section is light on that side. James laid down the blue tape so that he could remember where to go back for the repairs. I'm just gonna make this disappear.
Would you recommend this stay white?
Yeah.
Okay, but this is, do you want this guardrail or just paint it all bright? What do you think?
I'm just gonna keep this white and do this
I think that'll look
this
I
gray.
think that'll look good. That'll at least make it pop.
So, we've looked at the paint job. Next, we're gonna look at other things that need to be done.
You talked about changing out these threshold covers when you replace the laminate flooring. Should I change it out to silver when my good handles are gold?
No,
I think they're still in good shape, so I think we might be able to just reuse those, or I can try to find you some new ones.
If you're gonna change it, just go with the silver. Because you got gray floors, go with the silver.
Can I change this back to the original? That looks awful. They took my original.
Oh my
Isn't
God!
that awful?
What is that ugly thing? That is hideous.
I got this original one. It looks much better than that.
Oh, it looks way better.
Okay, I'll take care of that.
This looks like something from the apocalypse.
My last walkthrough, we detected a strong cat odor. I never would have expected cat urine stains on the stairs.
Here's some more stains. This one, there's more down here on this stairs. I want all the floors bleached, and I prefer to have it before the carpet. Bad cat.
Carpet was so bad. Oh my God.
You saw all the stains underneath the back side of the
carried it
carpet.
all out.
It was
I sent you
stinky,
all the
stinky,
pictures.
stinky. Oh, I didn't see it.
You didn't see the pictures of the carpet? Oh my God.
No.
My seller was right. The photos are nasty.
Here, this is the living room.
Oh my goodness. What in the world? No. Can you believe the cat just peed along the edge of those carpets?
I think that's because that's behind the couches, behind
Uh-huh.
the chairs.
Did you smell it too when you pulled it up?
It was so
Knock
bad.
you out.
Disgusting bad.
Yeah, those were
I
wet.
It was so bad, Jen, that it caused this piece down in here to swell up,
Wow.
you know?
That's
'Cause this is
unbelievable.
kinda that-
Enough about cats. I'm all ears as my client teaches me a thing or two about stamped ceilings.
Are you familiar with this ceiling?
To not like it because a specialist has to deal with them?
But you know what they're called? It's
is.
the Norfolk swirl, or the locals will call it a Norfolk swirl.
A Norfolk swirl.
A Norfolk
It's a
swirl.
selling point.
It's a big thing for the folks of this area.
Right now we're in Portsmouth. The subdivision is Simonsdale. So it's like by a city park. It's centrally located. It's a nice little neighborhood. It's well established. So I came to look at the house and I was like, oh my God, where is the front door? I couldn't even figure out where the front door was at. So I had to like walk up, walk around. I finally found the front door. I'm like frantically about to fall into the floor because the boards are so loose. So I opened the door and I thought I was gonna fall over. It smelled so bad. Oh gosh. And he did mention someone died in the house. I was scared. I was like, oh my gosh, something's gonna get me. So luckily I just turned the light on my camera and I just hurried up really fast and took pictures because I was by myself in this distressed property that smelled horrible and I just wanted to get it done. A lot of people, they wouldn't even step foot in a house like this, but you know, you just do what you have to do. I do it to help improve the neighborhood. You know, the house looks like crap. It's about to fall down. The neighbors are tired of looking at it. It's an eyesore. And then that way you can bless somebody else with a nice house. It's only a 2-bedroom, 1 bath. It really wouldn't be worth just rehabbing it because it's so small. So my friend Christian, her family owns a construction company. So she helps run the construction company. She also does real estate. And her family together are going to go ahead and tear it down and rebuild the house.
So let's talk about this project we have going.
Basically, I went to probate and found the property. I acquired from a gentleman who inherited it from his nephew. Well, the nephew passed away. He's an older gentleman, 84, and he just didn't want to be bothered with it. It's very distressed. It's covered by trees. It's just a wreck.
What we'll end up doing is removing the house totally.
There's a couple things we wanted to check on was the demolition cost to make sure that was cost effective for how much we'd be able to offer on the lot, and then check with the city because I kind of was concerned with facing it how it was addressed, which is currently 100 Smith Avenue, and I was wanting to see if we could turn it around to Beaton Drive.
These are some really cool plans.
But I'm trying to figure out why they wouldn't let you subdivide, because when I went down there, they said it was short.
Because it's in like a pie shape, and the zoning regulations changed on June 28th of last year.
So it's not enough
So the
square
lot has to
foot.
be bigger, but plus with your setbacks, because you have to be 25 from the front, 15 and 7 and 7. So it'll be facing Beaton, the back of it will be to Smith. So we're readdressing the property altogether. It's an established community. It's been there a very long time. There is some new construction. There's a lot of rehab projects in the area. There's a new construction right across on City Park. So that's where I pulled comps from to determine how much this house would be worth if we did tear it down and rebuild to make sure that it would be within reason for us to actually do it. So we have a set of plans here for the house that we're going to be building.
And you can see here what we've tried to do is incorporate some natural stone. Want to mix in on this 2-story, 4-bedroom house, a mix of both vertical and horizontal exterior design with the siding.
What they plan to do with the property is going to be good for the neighborhood.
I'm gonna kind of bring back in the front porch. This is kind of a front porch style community,
Right.
as well as you know, give them a nice screened-in area on the back, you know, for picnics and family gatherings.
It's actually a 3-car garage, which is a lot. The 3rd car garage kind of goes out into a cubby back. We might put a door there and make it like a storage area. Then we'll have the vinyl siding, which will be horizontal and vertical.
Central heating and air with the gas on the fireplace, is that correct?
Exactly.
And something kind of unique about this house in this neighborhood is it's actually going to be on a crawl, so it'll be raised up.
Right.
So even though it's a 21 or 2,000 square foot house, it's still going to give it that strong stance, kind of make it stick out in the neighborhood.
Exactly. Inside we'll have all the upgraded appliances, the laminate inside, the granites, and we'll carry the granite through to the bathrooms, the front porch. So we'll be able to sit out there and hang out in the back. We'll have a screen-in back porch, and we'll also fence in the backyard. So I think it'll be nice for a family.
I knew Christian was the right buyer for this house.
And I like here what we've decided to do with the, again, the front porch and the door. You know, I can kind of picture some rocking chairs out there and, you know, waving at the kids as they go by.
When do you think you'll have this house on the market?
That's a great question. I can actually see, you know, getting the demo done pretty quick and, you know, weather permitting, you know, as we move into toward the winter months. But I still believe that we can have this house ready to go to market in March.
It sounds like they put a lot of thought into this.
So just so I understand, is this a house that you're going to live in, or are you going to list it?
This is a house I would totally live in, but I'm not. I'm going to be listing it. I did consider a lot of features that I would like in my own home because I looked at the demographic of the neighborhood, but I'm going to be listing it.
Okay, awesome.
You're living in.
What's your thoughts? What are you thinking here?
We've called for a professional chimney inspector to come out
Okay.
to take a look at this chimney. There's obvious deterioration of mortar joints, etc. I got some concerns about the flute.
Okay.
I think it's going to be best if we get a professional look at this before we get too far down the road.
Let's do it.
To make a determination as to whether we can open it up on the opposite side as well or not.
All right, so to get an inspection, to get an overview, and to get some options is going to be ideal. So I'm excited about that. This is such a beautiful fireplace, and I'm looking forward to it being restored to its glory days. I know just the person and the company to make this happen and to ensure that the fireplace and the whole chimney is safe. If you've lived in Hampton Roads for a while, you may remember the chimney sweep and the commercials from A Step in Time. And guess what? The original chimney sweep and owner of A Step in Time, Ray Gessner himself, is here. And he's wearing that top hat. Hey there, Ray.
Hi, Anita. How are you?
Hi.
Everybody in Hampton Roads knows Anita. She's a great real estate agent, and she does some great work.
I want to introduce you over here to Mr. Terrence.
Hi, Terrence. How are you? I'm Ray Gessner, A Step in Time.
Thanks for coming out.
A Step in Time is a Class A contractor. I'm a licensed professional engineer. I started chimney sweeping 20 years ago, kind of on the side, and now we're expanding nationwide.
My client, Ms. Johnson, she's interested in opening up this fireplace on the other side of this wall.
Okay.
And I would love to get your professional opinion on it. Ray, tell me a little bit about this mantle and the potential for us to be able to open this fireplace up.
One, you've got a wooden mantle on the back side of your fireplace. This mantle's got to go in the first place because it's actually touching your back wall. IRC building code said that you got to have a 4-inch clearance from combustibles. I mean, as it is right now, it can heat up and catch on fire. Well, this house was built in 1910, and it's kind of weird because building codes back in 1910 versus now is a whole lot different. And so there are some things that can be unsafe. Opening back walls are a little bit tricky. How the opening of a fireplace would go is based on the flue liner itself. So you've got a fireplace, it's got a liner installed based on the opening in the front. Now you're talking about opening it up in the back, and it's going to double the opening of the fireplace. I was looking at the back side of the fireplace, and it doesn't look like there's ever been any construction where that there was any mortar that was taken out there.
Okay, guys, I totally understand exactly what you're saying, and I get it. But the option of opening this up and having a see-through fireplace would be amazing and beautiful.
It would look gorgeous.
Okay,
Yes.
so we can all agree that that would be the option if we could go down that path. But
Yeah.
short of possibly what
It all depends on the liner.
the liner and
Yeah.
costs obviously would be
Yeah.
the factors that would make that detemination.
Yes.
Okay, gotcha.
Sure.
So let's go take a look inside and see how it looks.
Sounds good.
You got yourself a fireplace with some spider webs, but that's all right. Yes, I encountered a spooky spider web, and it comes with the game. All right, so the damper's wide open, and I can see all the way up into the chimney liner. And it looks like you've got yourself a 8x13 flue tile. And we need to go up top to confirm it.
What do we have?
Well, your chimney's leaking. I mean, you've got mortar joints that look like Swiss cheese. But the chimney cap looks like an 8x13, and that means that the liner's kind of small. It's definitely not gonna house the open fireplace. That liner's not big enough. And it's not just as easy as relining it, because you'd have to tear down the whole chimney and build it back up.
That's
looks
quite
like-
what I was hoping to hear.
Nah, that's not good. You got to get that pointed up.
Now we need your help. Go to our website and tell us if you think we should keep it as it is, close one side in the sunroom, or open it up to be a see-through fireplace, bringing both rooms together.
You're living in.
It's been a couple weeks since Angela's been here, and seeing workers busy on the house and the sound of hammering is music to her ears.
I came, I saw the guys, I'm thinking, wow, this is really real. It's a dream come true. And most people that are working on the house know the house. It has a history here in this area.
Angela used her skills as a professional media researcher and discovered some incredible things about the history of this mansion.
This house is a historic house, and it's actually a miniature version of a home called Mirador, which is Spanish for spectacular view. That house was built by a military family. It was built in 1842. So the person who built that home, his grandson, built this home. And this house was referred to back in the day as Mirador on the Roads. So, and of course, you do have this spectacular view here.
A view that continues to inspire.
See the Navy shipyard, it just makes me feel like that I'm in the right place as a military mom, and I'm hopeful that veterans and servicemen and women will be able to come and just stop by and, feel that they're welcome here.
While also enjoying the classic style of the home.
The house design is a federal style, and it has the features to let in lots of light. It has a hip-on side deck, and it has the double columns, the double Tuscan columns on this portico. My favorite features is the staircase. I just think the way that the stairs are positioned in the center aisle, it just adds to its beauty with the original wood floors.
All of which Terrence Jackson is on a mission to restore since learning their story.
Hey, good morning, Ms. Johnson. How are you? So when I met the Johnsons, it was a very emotional meeting. Nobody should have to go through the stress and the tragic of having a son and or veteran placed in a situation like that. So I felt compelled to be a part of this project, and I'm going to see it to the end. We identified the root of the leaks. See, most of this damage here the moisture damage is really due to the gutters that deteriorated. We have a lot of trees that are surrounding the property, so there's a lot of debris that has rested on the roof and since made it to the gutter system. And they've been clogged for some time.
So that's all waters, no?
All water damage.
Animals?
No animals. So we're gonna have to replace all the damaged wood and get all these repairs done.
I am so absolutely excited. I can hardly wait for this project to come to a conclusion, but it has been wonderful coming down and seeing it in progress.
And feeling like all the American flags on neighboring houses is already making her feel at home.
It's just a constant reminder of the sacrifice that our servicemen and women have made, and it just gives me a sense of pride.
And she's hopeful city leaders will also take an interest.
I would love for our legislators to also support and be involved.
Soon, this 3-story, 6-bedroom, over 4,000 square foot home will be finished and ready to welcome guests.
I will be so very excited to finally be able to share this home with veterans and military families and show the world that in Hampton Roads, we love our vets.